Hey sports world, how y'all doing? Welcome to another edition of The Facts with Mack. It's been a long time and I've missed you guys. Today I'd like to talk about something near and dear to my heart, who I think will win the 2017-2018 Stanley Cup Championship. Now, I'd like to congratulate both teams who have earned the right to be in this position. And that's the first year Las Vegas Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals, led by King Ovechkin. Now, both of these teams, when I say they have earned the right, they fought against all the odds. The Las Vegas Golden Knights, this is their first year together. Now, they're not a team of scrubs, so let's kill that narrative. They're not a team of players who, were just on the street last season. These were players that teams wanted to keep. Their goalie is a former #1 overall pick in Marc-Andre Fleury, and he has found himself on this team, and he has led this team to this moment. So let's get rid of this narrative that the Las Vegas Golden Knights are just some scrub expansion team. That's not the case in this year of the NHL. The Washington Capitals, on the other hand, they've lost a lot of talent, but they've kept their core with Backstrom, Oshie, Ovechkin, and Kuznetsov. Now, this season was tough with them because this was the first time in a long time that they had questions at the goaltender position. But Hope Beast, as I should say, has found his groove, and he has gotten his groove back. Now, what I will say about the Washington Capitals, the playoffs didn't start that well for them. They went down 0-2 against the Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that's currently still fighting itself, but a team that the Capitals usually don't struggle against. But they've battled the odds and they've made it. They had to go against the Crosby-led Penguins, who won the last 2 Stanley Cups, and they beat them. They had to go against the Tampa Bay Lightning, who I actually had pegged as the best team in the league, and they beat them. Now, I will say this. What I love about the Las Vegas Golden Knights is that they're very fast, they're young, and they have the right attitude. They don't have the quote-unquote best players. But like Herb Brooks said, you don't need the best players. You need the right players. And that's what the GM and the head coach did a good job of doing by drafting and putting this team together. They have the right players, and they have enough talent to win any game, anywhere. What the Vegas Golden Knights have to their advantage is their speed and their goal scoring ability. Neal and Carlson have been on a tear this season, and they're 2 of the best playmakers in this league, in my opinion. Then you have Marc-Andre Fleury between the pipes. Now, the Las Vegas Golden Knights are a very dangerous team, and it's hard to keep up with them. But I believe the Washington Capitals do have the ability, because you have the constant in Alexander Ovechkin. You have TJ Oshie, Backstrom, and Kuznetsov, and these guys are some of the best goal scorers that the league has seen in recent memory. Now, I do love the fact that the Vegas Golden Knights do have home ice advantage, but as we've seen this year in the playoffs, home ice advantage doesn't really mean that much. The Vegas Golden Knights, their road to the playoffs, it's been entertaining, but I don't think they're battle tested like the Washington Capitals, and I think that might hamstring them in the end. The Vegas Golden Knights, they beat the Los Angeles Kings, who I love. I'm a big fan of the Los Angeles Kings, but the Los Angeles Kings have struggled to score goals all season. And even though the Kings did technically outplay them, they outshot them, they outhit them, they still lost. Why? Because they couldn't score goals. Then they moved on and they beat the San Jose Sharks. Now the Sharks, they're constantly a good team, they're never the best team. So I will give it to Vegas and I will hand it to them. They dominated the San Jose Sharks, as they should. The San Jose Sharks, even though they're a good team and they made the playoffs, they're not the same San Jose Sharks that we thought a couple years ago that were going to win Stanley Cups. It's a new team. They brought in Kane. He just signed a contract. I think they will be good in the future. Now, their conference championship against the Winnipeg Jets. I love the Winnipeg Jets. I actually had them picked to come out of the West. I was wrong. But they're still a young team. Patrick Laine is only 19 years old. And, they have some questions on defense, and when it came to them playing the Vegas Golden Knights, the Winnipeg Jets are a big team, but the speed was too much for them to handle. Now, the Washington Capitals, on the other hand, they're a big team, they're a strong team, and they're a fast team. And what the Capitals have that the LA Kings didn't have, they have goal scorers. So, if you're asking me who I think will win this Stanley Cup final, I'm going with King O and the Washington Capitals. The Washington Capitals, they have found their groove. They're battle tested. They believe. And honestly, I think this win over the Lightning gave them the confidence that they need to go into Vegas and take the first 2 games. Now, I will say this, I think the series will go 6 games. But in the end, the Washington Capitals will win the Stanley Cup Championship. And King O can finally wear that crown. King Ovi, baby. And I want to say again, congratulations to the Las Vegas Golden Knights. But when it comes to this year, I don't think anyone is standing in the way of King Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals from getting this Stanley Cup. Now, Las Vegas Golden Knights, you're going to be great for years to come. The Western Conference, I do feel, is a very challenging conference, but you have a good foundation. But when it comes to this Stanley Cup, I'm sorry to say that all that flair and all that pre-game entertainment is not going to save you from being slain by the King Ovechkin. Congratulations, Washington Capitals. You're on your way to the Stanley Cup, baby.